My name is John. I'm the owner of LL Gardens, Liquid Life Gardens. A couple of years ago, my oldest son come to me telling me about aquaponics. I had never heard of it, never seen anything of it until then. But like most dads, what went in one ear came right out the other. I didn't pay much mind to it. It took him a while, and then he built him his first small system. And when he finally convinced me to come over there and take a look at it, I was shocked at what I seen. The growth rate of the plants, particularly because it was indoors, was fantastic. It was unbelievable. So I started research and research. I spent many hours reading everything I could get my hands on the net, watching videos. Me and my son spent months sending text messages back and forth, links back and forth. Both of us doing as much research as we could into aquaponics. After doing much research, before I spent any dollar, I wanted to have a feel that I had a pretty good grasp on it. So we did a lot of researching, and I decided that it was time to start practicing what we learned. So we sat down and we started breaking the aquaponics system down to every component, looking at every piece of it, and then seeing how we could do a cheaper, easier, faster version and possibly higher performing version. A lot of stuff that was out there, thanks to YouTube and the internet, was available for free. You guys don't know how much y'all helped. A lot of information, if it wouldn't have been for y'all, we would have ran into many problems. But because of y'all and what y'all's posted up, it saved us a lot of headache and trouble of having to repeat some of the stuff y'all already did and learned from. So to the YouTube world, to the aquaponics world, and to the internet world that all supplied this information, we thank you very much. Y'all are a big player in all of this, making this possible. We designed a model. We were looking for something that was not commercial grade, where it cost you thousands of dollars to build, but not your back door, back little room kind of setup. We wanted something that you could grow, operate, and possibly even make a substantial living from without costing you an arm and a leg to get it going. This was challenging in that we found quite a bit of commercial setups, and we found many small home backyard setups, but to find a medium model that was kind of in between was, to our knowledge, non-existing at the moment when we decided to do this. So we sat down and we started designing, and we came up with a particular design. We built my son's first greenhouse and set up in June of 2014. It has been operating ever since. We built his on very low cost. The greenhouse cost us $410. It's a 12 by 20 greenhouse. Then, as matters of the bed and stuff like that, we used old materials that we had already, and we used stuff that was fairly cheap and readily available in this area in Louisiana. You will see in my farm, it's a bit different design than most. We designed it for a specific reason like this, to try to utilize it both as a farm and as a place to instruct, to show other people and teach them. We want to share what we've learned. We want to share what we've run across and give back to the community that gave us all the information we needed. So in doing so, we're making videos, and we're going to put all this up, and as time goes by, we will be posting updates as well. We welcome questions, and we also welcome ideas. Now, I am not a carpenter. I'm not a plumber. My trade that I do for a living has nothing to do with any aspects of what we've built and the aquaponic system itself. I was a city boy. I did my first farm a few years ago, and that led to my son looking into this. I'm not a farmer by any means. Never operated a farm. I've learned everything through other people and the information I've learned off the net doing research. I highly recommend doing homework. You cannot learn enough. It will prevent you from making mistakes and costing you money down the road and making changes, where if you could have prevented it by just learning a little bit more information, you could have eliminated it before it was an issue. So I highly recommend looking at it. There's tons of free information on the internet. There is great information. One thing I will not take is unconstructive criticism. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you haven't put in the research, if you can't prove what you're saying, don't post it. I don't want to hear it. We want to hear people who's got great ideas. We want to hear from people who's practicing these ideas, and go from there. One thing I did learn a long time ago, and I should have put in place with my son, but I let it kind of slap, is that a good idea can come from anywhere. It doesn't matter age, experience, or nothing. But a good idea is also somebody who's practicing on that good idea. If it is such a good idea, they would be practicing it. It's not, hey, this is just what I think, and you've never been in an aquaponic system. No, you've never nailed a board together or anything. That I'm not interested in. So with that being said, let's take you on a tour of our farm. So let's go outside and take a look at Liquid Life Gardens.